I'm Morgan Keene, and you're tuning in to Cue the Conversation with Molly.
Mic is on, the show's begun. Cue the conversation. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cue the Conversation. I'm your host, Molly, and if you're new here, each week I interview someone from Broadway or national tour, past or present. They don't have to be on Broadway or a national tour right now, currently. They could be a veteran or whatever. So I get to talk to amazing people from the industry, and get to have a awesome conversation with them. And yeah, today's guest, I have the amazing Morgan Keene, who played Catherine in Newsies on the first national tour of Newsies. So that's really cool. And she was also in a cappella group called DCappella that was run by Disney. So that was really cool to talk about that. And I've always been a fan of a cappella, so that's really fun to talk about. So before we get into the interview today, I actually wanted to show off my Broadway vinyl collection here. If you tuned into the Courtney episode, my first episode, I mentioned the Stay Gold pressing of the Outsiders vinyl that they're coming out with soon. So I definitely want to add that one to my collection. But for now, I have 7, I believe. I have 7 Broadway vinyls. So I'm just kind of quickly show them off. First, this is not in any particular order, but we have the Mean Girls pressing, and the pressing is beautiful. It's pink. They came out with another, I think it was like, I don't even know, like a speckled pink or like a, I don't know, but it's pretty, and I kind of wish I had that one instead, but this one's cool too. Um, we have this picture in here, which is really nice, and yeah. Also, I wanted to say, if you're listening right now, you should totally come over and watch it instead, so you can see these beautiful vinyls. Okay, now we have The Outsiders, which is nothing special about the pressing. It's just the basic black, but which honestly necessarily isn't always a bad thing, because the regular black ones typically tend to sound better. So should be about the sound quality, not the way it looks, right? And then it came with a lyric booklet with a bunch of photos. It's nice and beautiful, and yeah. So this is probably my favorite vinyl I have, because it's my favorite Broadway soundtrack. Literally no skips. And it's the best sounding vinyl I have. So next is my newest one, actually, The Notebook, which just came out not that long ago, the vinyl of it, and I love it. It's awesome. The pressing is this really nice blue. It's really pretty. And yeah, the gatefold is really pretty too. Always love a nice gatefold. It's kind of hard to show, but there. So that's really cool. If I can get this back in here. You know what? Doesn't matter. I'll get it later. Next is Moulin Rouge, which is probably top 3 Broadway soundtracks for me. And then this is a nice red pressing, which I got from Target. Shout out to Target. They always have really cool vinyl sections. And nice like synopsis and different list of the musical numbers. Next is the most expensive one in my collection, Hadestown. This one is legit a box. Does no gatefold, that's literally a box. So like literally it's a box. So once you take that off, there's this humongous lyric booklet, with really cool photos. So that's really cool. And there's a bunch of different pressings with this one, actually. I have the dark blue pressing. 3 vinyls. It's literally 3. I mean, it makes sense. There's, it's a rock opera, so lots of music. Okay. Second to last but not least, or not last but not least, second to last, we have Beetlejuice. And this is a fun pressing because it's spiral. Now, you do get dizzy if you watch it, actually, on the record player. I do get dizzy, but it's really fun and kind of haunting and spooky, I guess, if you watch it when it's playing. Nice gatefold. And now the last one. This is just how I had it stored on my shelf. Back to the Future, which I wanted to say I really wish that they would have come out with a Broadway soundtrack for this one, because I love Casey Likes. Shout out to Casey Likes. But unfortunately, we didn't get a Broadway soundtrack, so the West End will have to do. This one is no special pressing, just black. This one, there is a gatefold, which is actually really cool, really nice. And yeah, that's it. Let me know in the comments if there's one that you think I should really have. I don't really know if there's, off the top of my head, if there's any that I don't have that I really need. But yeah, so that's my lovely little Broadway / West End, actually, vinyl collection. So let's get into the interview. Joining me now is the amazing Morgan Keene. How are you doing, Morgan?
I'm doing good. It's nice and warm outside, so I'm happy.
That's good. Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
So, what's it like touring in a musical? Because you toured with Newsies, right?
I did. Yeah, it's funny. A lot of the stuff that I've done in my career has been touring, whether it's been with musical theater or with concerts. Yeah, I prefer it, to be honest. If you compare it to regional theater productions or places where you're sitting down in one place for a long time, I prefer touring. I think it's really fun, and it's where I really fell in love with theater and travel. So I'm a very big fan of touring.
That's really cool. Yeah, I love the idea of traveling and, just the overall idea of touring. It sounds really cool.
It really is. It's definitely an adjustment, for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's totally worth it for me. It's not everyone's cup of tea, and I understand those reasons why too, but I just love it, and it makes me really happy to be out on the road.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, how did DCappella come about?
DCappella was a funny one because when I first initially there was a very long audition process for it, and it was kind of pitched as a theatrical tour. So I was like, okay, cool, we'll go do one tour. It'll be kind of theatrical, and then we'll be done. But it ended up turning into 5+ years of being a recording artist for Disney, and so that led me into a completely different industry, which was extremely scary for me, but also very fun and fulfilling, and I learned so much. But the audition process was crazy. I'd never done a cappella in my life, and the whole project was a cappella. So
yeah.
I had done choir and stuff like that in school, but this was a whole different thing. I've always been a Disney girl, right? Because I started, doing Newsies, and that was my first big job. But yeah, this is a very different part of the industry. So I learned a lot. Is the best way to describe it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's good. Yeah. So, you toured with DCappella, as well as Newsies. How were those two experiences similar or different to each other?
They were drastically different. So DCappella, was more of like what we call a bus and truck tour. So we had a tour bus and we slept on the tour bus every night, and like we would just travel to each city overnight. So it was a totally different experience for me. You know, Newsies was great because sometimes we would have like 2-month-long sit downs in certain cities. So we would get to know the city that we were in and spend a lot of time there and get to know the people at the theater. And we had hotels or apartments that we would rent for the times that we were there. So that was very different. It was like a little moving home on the road for DCappella, but that was specifically for the US tour. We've done a couple of tours in Japan with DCappella as well. And that was a lot different because we did have like more sit down, like longer sit downs in each city that we went to, or at least like a couple nights. So we would have hotels and things like that. But yeah, very drastically different. Not only just in like where we were staying and how we were, you know, sleeping and getting around, but like material wise for Newsies, I gotta say it was pretty easy. She has a couple songs and like that's it, and then it's like all about the Newsies, right? And for DCappella, we were all on stage the entire time. I think there was only a couple moments where we would be off, and it would be for like a couple minutes at a time. So we were singing a lot during DCappella. So the vocal load was a lot heavier. So that was drastically different from touring with Newsies for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so actually I saw you perform at Epcot with DCappella, which was really cool. Yeah, I did.
Yay, that was so fun. Yeah, I loved getting to do that because with DCappella, we didn't really get a lot of opportunities to do that. It was mostly just like, you know, we would record music videos, and then, you know, if you got to see us on tour, you got to see us. So I really liked that we had started doing stuff like that, and I'd always wanted to perform at Epcot. I thought that would be fun. And it was really great. It was a really cool experience.
Yeah, it was really great seeing you guys, for sure.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. So I saw on your Instagram that you said Lucy in Jekyll and Hyde will always be your dream role, and you got to play her. So I was curious, is there another dream role that you'd love to play that you haven't gotten to yet?
Oh, goodness. You know, I have a list, right? I think a lot of us do.
Oh, yes.
I will say this. I will do Jekyll and Hyde over and over again. That is one show that I would do over and over again if I got to play Lucy. Honestly, if I got to do anything, because I'm just like a big fan of the show. I like 90s mega musicals. That's kind of like my favorite style of shows. So maybe like the narrator in Joseph. I did get to play the narrator when I was super young. But the production was really quick and I was young, right? So I think I'd like to do that like regionally, or if they came up with another tour of that or something like that. I think I'd like to be the narrator. I like singing a lot, and I like singing like the fun big numbers. So the 11 o'clock numbers or what have you. So something like that. If I could pick a show right now that was like on Broadway that I would want to do, I'd want to be in Six. I'd want to do that, sing a little Heart of Stone maybe. That, and then I'm really into Suffs right now, so I know they're doing a tour for that. So I don't know. Yeah, I have a lot of different things different roles I'd like to play. Yeah, but those are some of the few.
Yeah, those are some good choices.
Yeah, thanks.
What's your favorite like stage door memory?
Oh, I have a lot of really good memories. You know, I don't really think I can like pick out a specific one that I like can like name as my favorite. My favorite thing is when the same people would come multiple times to the stage door, and you would really get to feel like you got to know them a little bit. So yeah, I don't really think there's one experience in particular. Like I appreciate like all of like the letters that people have written and like the little trinkets and gifts that we were given and stuff like that. And the artwork, I loved all of the artwork. I have all of it. That's one thing that I don't think people understand is like, at least I keep all of it. and I look through it all the time, you know, when I need a little bit of, you know, motivation because this career is hard, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I would say mostly just, yeah, the people that we would see multiple times at the stage door was kind of, I would like get excited. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember you from Instagram, or thanks for coming again, you know. It made me feel really happy that they liked the show enough to come multiple times. So I think
Yeah.
that, yeah,
That's really special.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any crazy onstage mishap stories?
Yeah. I have at least a handful from every show that I've done. The one that's coming to my head right now, let's see. Oh, okay, so recently when I was in Jekyll and Hyde, I had a really big curly red wig, and it was great and it looked incredible on stage, but there was a scene where like Jekyll kills Lucy. Or yeah, he does. I was like, oh, times two. No, he does. And when we would get like I would get my hair like caught into his button on his jacket. So there would be. I remember there was a night where my wig like halfway came off because
Oh,
he
no.
like pulled away, and I was like, wait, no, you gotta wait 1 second.
Oh.
I'm caught in your jacket. So things like that. I guess like my favorite one. I don't know why I'm calling it my favorite, but the one that sticks out to me the most is probably we were doing King of New York during Newsies, and my skirt wasn't hooked on properly, so it essentially like the entire thing dropped. So I was trying to do King of New York with like my skirt at my knees, and I was trying to pull it up, and the whole time I don't know how I didn't trip, but that
Yeah,
was
jeez.
rough. Anything that like has to do with a costume malfunction or a wig malfunction, those are usually like the worst. Thankfully, I laugh at them now, but those are like the scariest because you don't really
Yeah,
ever know exactly what to do, and nobody can really come and help you from off stage.
right.
So probably things like that. Oh my gosh, I've been sick before. Once I threw up on stage.
Oh, no.
That was rough. But it's all really like rough things. Nothing that's super funny really. But they're funny now, but yeah, things like that. There's been a lot of stuff that's happened on stage. Lots of on stage and off stage mishaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, since you were involved with Disney music, is there a Disney property that needs to be adapted for the stage?
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a lot. Obviously, I know that they're working on like a live action film for Tangled. I'm not sure what's going to happen for that. But that, and I know that there's like a cruise ship show for Tangled on the cruise lines. But I want that to be developed into an entire show. I don't really necessarily know what I
Yes.
would do in it, but or if I would be a part at all. But like, yeah, I think Tangle would be killer. I think the music's so good. Rapunzel's like one of my favorite princesses. Yeah, I think that would be crazy. I think that'd be crazy cool. And also Mulan. Mulan would be
Oh,
killer. And
yes.
I know that I think they've touched on working on that as well, but I don't think they ever were really able to pull it off. But I think they could. I think they could. And I think the world needs more Mulan. But probably those two. I can
Yes.
think of a lot more, but those are the first two that pop in my head.
Yeah, those are both good choices.
Thank you. I think so too.
And speaking of Mulan, actually, I loved your rendition of "Reflection" with
Oh,
DCappella. It
thank
was so
you.
good.
Thanks.
Mhm.
I love that song so much. It's probably one of the best Disney songs written, in my opinion. But I'm really happy too because I got to do that when I was in Taiwan not too long ago. I think it was sometime last year. Oh no, was it 2 years ago now? I don't know. It's when I started doing concerts with Disney, and they bring me to Taiwan fairly often. And one of the reasons they got me for the concert was because they liked Reflection and they wanted me to sing that. And I was like, I get to sing it again. And it means like
Yes.
something totally different over there too. Like, so I was just a very happy to sing that song. That's one of my favorite Disney songs for sure.
Yes, and my dad really loved it too.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
So, do you have any advice for someone like me who wants to be on tour one day?
Yeah. Honestly, a lot of it is like advice that I wish that I had known before I went on the road for the first time, because I was very young and hadn't really lived my life at all yet. And it was my first time out of the house too. So that was like a whole other thing. Like I hadn't gone to college or anything. So,
Mm-hmm.
I make sure that you create a routine for yourself. Things that you stick to every single day, things that like even when you're traveling, you can stick to, whether that's like, going on like a daily walk to clear your head, or, um, I don't know, having certain like things that you eat every day. I don't know, just something, having some sort of routine is super important when you're on the road. And I didn't realize that the first tour that I did.
Mm.
So I've learned that over time. Routine is very, very important because you're in a new place all the time. And without a routine, you just kind of feel like you're like always in a new place, and there's always new places to eat and go see. And it can be very overwhelming sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And also, uh, take care of yourself and your body and your mind. I would definitely, recommend like getting in therapy while you're on the road, because doing
Mm-hmm.
theater is hard in general, but doing it on the road is like 10 times crazier. Um,
Right.
so yeah, just really having a good sense of who you are, and making sure you set yourself up with all the resources that you need to stay healthy, mentally and physically. Yeah. And have a routine. Yep.
Yes, I love that. That's some really good advice. So, what are you up to now?
Yeah. So right now, this is a little bit out towards the end of the year, but I have a concert set up. Um, Not sure if people on here are into video games, but there's a video game called Death Stranding, and somebody who worked with me during the Disney concerts in Taiwan, um, my first one that I did there actually, recommended me for this. So I get to go sing a bunch of really cool, like dark folk music, which is
Oh.
actually a genre that I really like, but I just, in theater, you don't really get to sing it very often. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I get to do that, and I got to pick who I got to sing with. So I get to go around with one of my good friends and sing all over the U.S. and Canada. So I'm really excited about that. It doesn't start till November though. Um, and then other than that, I'm just auditioning like most of us. Trying to
Yes.
book something, hopefully another tour. We'll see. But right now, yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting ready to go on that other tour. I'm very excited for that.
Yes. Well, congrats on the concert. That's really
Thank
cool.
you.
Mm-hmm. And I hope you book something.
Thank you. I hope
Yes.
I do too. Soon. I know it'll be soon, right? You just have to keep going. It's really easy to get discouraged in this industry,
Mm-hmm.
um, especially right now. Um, but like again, like one of the things that really helps me like keep going, even though I don't always want to, is like
Mm-hmm.
looking back on notes that people have given me, or people who have seen the like shows that I've been in. That's always really, really motivating. So, and always realizing that like the more no's you get, the closer you are to a yes. So
Oh,
I'm
I like
just
that.
trying to hold out with think that way about things.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it
Yeah.
can be very discouraging sometimes. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah,
That's
we'll get
definitely a
there.
good way to go about it, though.
Yeah, yeah, it really is.
Yeah. Is there a song that you wish you got to do with DCappella?
Oh my gosh, yes. There's like there were so many songs that we wanted to do. And we would like come up with a lot of a lot of the ones that we did, they let us do. But there were so many we didn't get to do. One of them they let us record but not release. This is not a Disney song, but Disney owns this now. It
Mm-hmm.
was the Simpsons theme song.
Oh my
And it
gosh,
was
that's crazy.
crazy. It was crazy, and it took so long to record. and we never ended up releasing it. And I was like, no, that would have been so
That's
cool.
a
I'm not
bummer.
even like a Simpsons like fan, I guess, but I love the theme song. I think it's so fun. And then let's see, what else? We really wanted to do a lot of Disney Channel songs. Like, we wanted to do a lot of High School Musical. We wanted to do lots of camp rock.
Oh, yes.
Like the theme song from That's So Raven, or like, oh gosh, I mean, there's so many. We wanted to do more Disney Channel themed stuff, and we didn't really get the opportunity to do that as much as we would have liked to, but maybe one day, if there's another iteration of DCappella, hopefully they'll let them do some Disney Channel songs.
I'm a big fan of Disney Channel. That's like literally, that's like all I grew up on.
Yes, same. That's what. Yeah, one of the things that made me fall in love with singing. So yeah, I would love to do some Disney Channel, maybe one day.
Yes. Do you have a favorite Disney Channel movie or show in particular?
I mean, I was a Camp Rock freak.
I love Camp Rock. Yes.
Like, and I still sometimes watch it now.
Oh yes.
Just want a little bit of nostalgia, but yeah, definitely Camp Rock. Oh God, there's so many that I feel like, how do I explain this? I liked Wizards of Waverly Place. I watched that like during the beginning. Oh, and Hannah Montana, that was my era too.
Oh yes.
Yeah. It's so funny. My dad used to watch Hannah Montana with me. We both used to love it. But yeah, probably some of those. Oh my God, I liked a lot of the shows. Yeah. Wait. Oh gosh, why am I? Yeah, Lizzie McGuire.
Oh yes.
Loved Lizzie McGuire. Yeah, all of them. I loved all of them.
Yeah, they're so good. I mean, there's just something different about like Disney Channel.
I know, and it's changed, and maybe it's just because I've gotten older, right? I don't know, but it is different now. It used to be.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
I keep saying, oh, it used to be this, but like I don't really know what adjective I would use to describe it. It's just different. It's just made different.
It's very different for sure. Yeah. So I have this little rapid fire section that I have prepared. Yay. So, okay. So favorite food?
Corn dogs.
Oh yes.
So pretty.
Favorite color?
Pink.
Good choice. Favorite movie?
Twilight.
Oh yes. Favorite TV show?
Handmaid's Tale.
Oh. Favorite Broadway show?
Oh crap. I like the music from Floyd Collins, but I like I don't really like it as a whole though. Crap.
Yeah.
Floyd. I'm just gonna say Floyd Collins just because I love the music. Oh, and Parade.
Yes.
Parade.
Oh, that's a good choice. Yes. Favorite music artist / band?
Oh, I love K-pop. So I would say right now I really like they're a Japanese group. I like XG.
Oh, I'll have to look into them.
Yes, they're great.
Yeah. Favorite Disney song?
I don't know why, but I See the Light popped into my head.
Oh, yes. That's a very good choice. And favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Oh, mine too.
Christmas.
Yes.
Definitely anything cold. I love cold everything. So snow and darkness and cold weather. So
that's nice. I definitely prefer warmer weather, but I did grow up in Cleveland, Ohio with a lot of snow, so I'm very familiar with it for sure.
Yeah, I've lived all over the place. I lived in Spokane for a while, and the first year that we moved there in Washington, Spokane, it was 5 feet of snow, and so that was the first time I had ever seen snow, and I like fell in love with it. So ever since then, I mean, I enjoy the sun after a long winter, but for the most part, I really like dark, cold, snowy weather.
That's nice. It's definitely like something about it during the holiday season.
Yeah, especially. Yeah.
Yeah. So, is there anything you want the viewers / listeners to know? Like anything you want to plug?
Go see Death Stranding in concert. It's going to be fun. We're going to be in 8 different cities, 2 places in Canada, Montreal, Toronto, Austin, Boston, Seattle, Newark. So if you're near Newark. Some other ones. You can go to my Instagram at Keene Morgan if you want to look at all the different dates, because I can't remember them all.
That's totally okay. So, thank you so much for coming on today. This was so nice to talk to you.
It was so nice to meet you. So nice. Oh, not meet you. I've met you before. But see you again. And talk to you. This was really great. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you. All right, that was another great interview. Thanks again to Morgan Keene for coming on and having a chat with me. It was so nice to speak with her about DCappella and Newsies and just have a great chat. So make sure to go follow her on Instagram and go look at the concert and look at the dates and see if you can attend one of those, because that would be awesome. So yeah, I'll see you next week. Bye! That concludes this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to go follow me on Instagram at Cue the Conversation Podcast and on TikTok at Cue the Conversation. Don't forget, new episodes release on YouTube and listen in on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. That's my cue. Thanks for joining the conversation. See you next time.